The same YouTube channel as always. Thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all already know who it is. And today we are talking about oil field jobs. I haven't made a job post in a while, so this is it. And you know what year it is, 2023. And we're going to get this ball rolling. So what kind of oil field jobs are you looking for? You're looking for experience. You already got CDL. We got one right here. It says benefits, 401k, dental, health, opportunity for investment, paid housing at Field Bridger LLC. So the thing is, we try to see, try to see what they hiring for, what all they got going on. Field Bridger LLC, equipment operator paying $2,000 to $2,200 a week. Okay, cool. Here's one right here. Associate Perforating Specialist. That's called wireline. You can look up what wireline is. Anytime you see that, it's going to have something to do with wireline whenever it says perforating. And it may be an engineer's position, it may not. It just depends. Some companies label stuff differently, so on and so forth. Matter of fact, let's go back to, because as I've been talking, y'all can see over here on the right, full job description for Field Bridger. What is Halliburton talking about? On strict supervision, blah, 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 plug, setting, job, design, job, preparation, well support. Yeah, that sounds like a perforating specialist and wireline. I mean, really, with Halliburton, man, that can really be anything. It's associate perforating specialist. You're gonna be a wireline hand. It's just said in fancy words. But Halliburton does that. Now, right here where you see it says coil tubing operator. This company, Orion Group. When I looked this company up, I couldn't find a company. So what I think this is a temp agency. And it says full-time or contract. You doing coil tubing, it is not supposed to be no contract. It's supposed to be, you're going to be working at that place. Because they're going to be contracted to whoever they're doing that flowing back that well for, or whatever kind of service work they're doing. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, when you see stuff like this and it's not specific, it's not saying you're going to be doing this, you're going to be working here, you're going to be doing where, it's kind of general. More than likely, this is a hiring agency trying to get a piece of the money that somebody else is going to be paying you. Liberty Oilfield Services. For those of you that are, you've done bookkeeping, you worked at an AutoZone or some kind of place like that, warehouse person, so you may go out to the field to go deliver stuff, but a lot of times you're going to be in the shop doing stuff, repairing stuff. It just depends on the company. Then we got Titan Energy, shop mechanic. STI Trucking crude oil hauler. So $2,500 to $3,500 a week. What's crude oil hauler talking about? Now hiring, blah, 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 blah. You guys can click on this. All you have to do is type in the exact same stuff that I typed in, which is oil field Williston. Matter of fact, Williston, ND, but the same stuff is going to come up. Hey. Hold on just a second. My bad, I sent the wrong message to the wrong person. My mistake. Okay, let me know. I'm looking for a box to put stuff in. Uh, like I was saying, Man Enterprises. This company right here, when I was in North Dakota, this was a hard company to get onto. And the reason it was hard to get onto was they haul water and they haul oil. And they also had owner operators during this time. This was 2016, 2017. Man Enterprises, they were solid. They were a solid company, and the guys that worked there were guys that worked there, guys that had left there, went to other companies, and they were trying to get back on to working there. This company at the time when I was out there in North Dakota, they had a waiting list to get back on to work there, and they had a waiting list for applicants. How it is now, how it's run, I don't know. But they were running, and they had their own work. They had their own work, and couldn't nobody get the work that they had. So that's what kind of set them apart. So if you can get on with those guys, MANN, I don't think they're an Indian company, but anyway, Cud Energy is still in Williston apparently. Wait, let's go back. Is this okay? Hold on a second. Date. And any of these companies that you see on here, feel free to apply. Halliburton, Titan Energy, Liberty Oilfield Services, STI, Win Marion Companies, Jensen Pumping, Lease Operator Pumper. Now, if you live up there locally, this might be a pretty good job for you. A lease operator, or if you're going to move up there and be up there for a period of time. Because a lease operator, depending on the company, they kind of want you to be somebody that lives there. Because you're going to be going around every day, checking on wells, checking levels, reporting that, and turning all that information in. You're not really going to be getting dirty too much. It just depends on what you're going to be doing. And like it says, this position is responsible for daily operation and maintenance of assigned oil and gas processing equipment, including the identification of problems and potential problems, documentation, and production reporting. You're not going to be like manual labor working with that kind of a job. But like I said, it depends. Stallion Oilfield Services, field technicians, Hess Corporation. You see that company, Hess. If you get on with them, you stay there. Get on with Halliburton, you stay there. Get on with Liberty, you stay there. You get on with Man, if they're still the same quality of company that they were back when I was talking to drivers about them, you get on, you stay there. Stallion, I know they haul water. They do a lot of roustabout stuff. I think Stallion also sets up water transfer. I know they also do porta johns. They got work to keep you busy, bro. They got work to keep you busy. A Weatherford technical sales representative. Weatherford's another one that's in Williston, and some of that work, man, you really don't even work that hard. B&G Roustabout Services. Let's see who else, cause y'all want oil field rig operator. If you ain't got no oil field experience or work over rig experience, you ain't getting a rig operator job. So this is a job for people with work over rig experience. If you ain't got none, don't apply. Noble Casing. If you don't have any oil field experience, these people will probably work with you. Get you on. The hell? Get you lined out for whatever you need to. I'm trying to figure out what the hell that doggone sound was. Anyway, like I was saying, get y'all lined out. Noble Casing. Man, what the hell? It's a casing company. Anyway, you can apply them and Weatherford equipment operator for Tongs, Weatherford. Acts as a field. Click on Rutherford real quick. Weatherford's a leading blah 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 blah. Sure it is. That's what y'all stock went under. Qualifications has a responsibility for operating equipment and or machinery. Duties may involve some technical elements, but primarily focused on running equipment, machinery, systems, roles. Is hands-on and directly manipulates the equipment, machinery. Tongs operator. You better be able to work. You better be able to work. You better be able to work. Because this is work over rig, homie. We ain't playing them silly games. I'm telling you that right now. Anyway, let's keep going. Hydrovac helper, known as a swamper. B&G Roustabout Services. They're going to have a lot of general labor work, pipeline labor work, line locator labor work. Summers J is still in Williston. Okay. Technical service engineer. If you ain't got that, don't even apply. That's why I'm not clicking on it. And B&G has been in Williston for a while, and I don't see them going anywhere. And it's more B&G. Circle T transport, construction drivers, skid steers, loaders, motor graders, excavators, belly dumps. This sounds like they're going to be doing dirt work and road work, it sounds like. So that company may be seasonal, but you may have to just check with them and see. And some of them, they'll keep you busy through the winter. It all depends. Reliability operator, North Gas gathering job. Allmers Construction, E&M Services, Installation, 10, Fabrication, Crew Pusher, Honor Guard, North Dakota. Key Energy, floor hand. For those of you that want to get inside the oil field, floor hand will definitely get you in there. Just don't injure yourself or don't get killed. What a floor hand does: works with a team of experienced people who perform maintenance and repair service on oil and gas wells by working on a workover rig. We use a lot of cool tools with great names. A floor hand level 1 will learn how to operate and how they are necessary for the job. Floor hand, anytime you see that, that's entry level. So, and that's entry level with or without experience, depending on the company. And you just type in floor hand, and also we are going to go check for job fairs and stuff like that in just a minute. General operator, $25 an hour. Y'all see this one right here? I'm suspicious already. Now, what I would want to know is the name of the company. One Core Service General Operator. I want to see some information like it's an actual company and not a okay. One Core Services. I'm happy they put that picture up there. I was sure thinking y'all were fraudulent. Now, I don't know if these guys are a frac company or if they're just a flowback company. Either way, this would be a good place to start for those of you that want to get some oil field experience. If they're hiring somebody and it says experience oil and gas year, 1 year preferred. Driver's license required. Day shift preferred. Night shift preferred. Willingness to travel, 50%. Yeah. General operators, $25 an hour, $1,000 per month. Cost of living adjustment. Potential earnings is $105,000. That has to be flowback or possible wireline. Rigging up and rigging down, 2-inch iron from pumps to wellhead, connecting suction hoses from tanks to pumps, assisting in pump maintenance and troubleshooting, disposition, daily tasks, blah blah blah. They don't really go into a lot of detail, but it could just be a pump down company, or it just depends. But One Core, you can go look them up. I don't know who they are. Matter of fact, hold on a second. One Core Services. I want to see who these guys are. What's up, Google? Yep, that's where we're going. Who the heck is OneCore? The heck do y'all do? OneCore services. Okay, I see a pump. What else? That's all I really see. You gotta give me some more there, buddy. Let me get over here. Fair use. Fair use. Fair use. Services. Environmental weed control, asset logistics, pump division. 2250 horsepower. Triplexes. Services, assetization, troubleshoot, pump downs, frac, pump down, services, coil tubing, assist. Okay, yeah, it's a pump down company. I was just curious. Anyway, let's keep going on this. Hey, Ranger Energy Services for you guys, man. I know some people that work over here. They went from one company to now they are Ranger Energy Services. Shout out to Ranger Energy Services. Shout out to Ranger Energy Services. So I'm pretty sure they can have multiple positions. They're doing a lot, and I think they've been doing it kind of low key, and they've been gaining more ground on some bigger companies, like quietly. But Ranger Energy Services in Williston, North Dakota. See what kind of positions they have. Matter of fact, let's go look and see jobs. So yeah, Ranger's pretty big, bro. Relief operator, floor hand operator. I also told they do some other. Yep, there it is. There it is. Rig operator, gun loader. I was looking for that position. Wireline 1. That's what I was looking for. Pump truck operator. That's what I was looking for. Oh, they do cement up there too? Yeah, they real talk on the low key, these guys. Yeah. Y'all need to go over here. Apply for them. Also Sunwell Services, if they're still in Williston, North Dakota, if they hadn't gotten bought out. They're on the right side of the road when you're going north on 85. Before you get to the Loves, you'll see them. They're right there at the corner at the light. Oh, Halliburton. I was telling somebody else about this Halliburton position. Service operator 1, frac asset. You're going to be working on a frac crew. It says frac asset stimulation. You're going to be working on a frac crew. Sometimes it's just the way Halliburton labels stuff. Jericho Services. They've been in North Dakota forever. They ain't going nowhere, as far as I know. And free housing. Now the thing about their free housing, I want to tell y'all something. All free housing is not equal. Some free housing may be a hotel. Some free housing may be a some free housing may be a hotel. Some free housing may be a man camp. Some free housing may be shared housing where you have your own room and you're sharing a bathroom between you and one or you and 2 other people. And those situations really depend on the people that are in there. Sometimes they have cleaning people that come in and they clean it in between shift changes. Sometimes they don't, and it's responsibility of the people that work there to clean it. So there's give and take. There's good and bad. You just got to go look it up, get into it, and see. But when it says free housing and it says Jericho Services, I'm kind of like, okay, because I've stayed in a lot of different free housing situations in my time in North Dakota. So get yourself ready for that one. Magnum Cementing. It looks like there's a lot of stuff going on in Williston right now, and I'm looking at the sort is on date and water truck drivers. So if you got that CDL, you can just walk up there. But if you want to get on faster, apply for a job before you go up there. Apply for 5 jobs before you go up there. So think about that. Yeah. Anyway, once again, service operator 2, frac acid. And I know somebody that works there. He was like, man, come on over, man. The water is fine. And I definitely do think about it. Sharp Oil Field Services. What do y'all do? Damn it. I did not mean to go there. Oh. What do you do, bro? What are you doing? Okay, I guess it doesn't say what field technician, labor hand. I'm not getting any more detail than that because it don't say nothing. But Halliburton oil field operator assistant trainee coil tubing. What? Posted 10 days ago. What? And I think Halliburton is 20 and 10 when it comes to coil. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. Tall grass energy pumper. I want to see what it says a pumper does. Primary purpose: responsible for maintaining records for daily reports and performing maintenance on pumps and other equipment with minimal or no supervision. You're going to be going out to the wellheads, making sure that they're pumping, writing down information, keeping track of stuff, and you're going to be like traveling in a pickup truck, whether it's yours, they pay you mileage, or they give you a company truck and you go drive around and check on all the wells and stuff. That's what you do. Pretty much an easy job. A great job if you live up there in that area. You're going to be at home usually every day, and that's pretty much it. You get to ride around in a pickup truck in North Dakota. National Oil Well Varco. This company right here, entry-level oil field assembler. This is actually a long-term company. This is a company you can put you can put long-term roots with this company because of what they do and the stuff that they make. NOV is a major company in the oil field, and you have different, it's either the same company or there might be two different companies. But there's the National Oil Well Varco, which is the company. They do a lot of wellhead stuff. You also have NOV, which I think is the same company. It's just the initials. That company makes and assembles oil field equipment by order. A company will order a piece of equipment that they want made in a certain way to be able to do certain stuff with, and this company will engineer it and they will make it. And then this same company will put all of it together, or they'll put everything that they're contracted to engineer out. They'll assemble all that together, and then they'll send it off to whatever company that's going to either mount it to the piece of equipment, and that's what this company does. Like, this is some legit stuff that these guys do. National Oil Well Varco. I met a black guy that worked there, and I was close to going to go work there, because when he explained what he did, like he used a program that they use to make oil field equipment by design. So they would design it up, engineer it out, and then the program would, he would put all the information in there, and then the end product would be what they would start the manufacturing process on. So they're a pretty solid company, and they are not going anywhere because they do more than just that. They make stuff outside the oil field. You don't really hear about it. You may one day see something that says NOV on it. You're like, oh, that's who that is. Lease operator 2. What do you do? Monitor well performance for respective route using appropriate software. EVEN, Signet, SCADA. Utilize SCADA and Signet to minimize downtime by responding to active alarms. Okay, I get it. Pumper is the guy going around doing the maintenance. The lease operator is the guy going around collecting all of the data and the information from the wells to go to the company, in between the company and the company, man. They're monitoring the lease roads, the well pads, the condition they're in. They're pretty much they're supervising a location, like a pretty large location of different wells. That's on their route. Crestwood, here we go. For some of you that were wondering, you wanted an oil field job that it doesn't really require oil field experience. Crestwood, these guys. I don't remember what the name of this company was before it was Crestwood, but I knew a guy that worked there, and he worked 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. I don't know if it's still the same. And it's a transloading place. They load the rail cars with crude oil. And that's what he did. He just operated the thing, opened up tops of the train cars and loaded them up with crude oil, and then just keep on doing it. And that's pretty much what you do. It's also called a transloader or a terminal operator. Operator 1, 2, and 3. Select Energy Service. Would you look at this? They're still hanging around. Definitely thought they would have been gone out of business by now. But hey, what the heck? Requirements to perform this job successfully must be able to perform blah blah blah. Install a variety of sensors and electrical equipment. Alright, Select Energy, they do water transfer, but they also do some other stuff. I know they have semi trucks, and they have their own drivers, they have their own water haulers. They do a variety of stuff, but I definitely know that they do water transfer. That's the biggest thing that they're known for. Credence Energy, I think that's a pipeline company, and we are posted 10 days ago at this point. Trilogy Oil Field Services, flowback operator training. If you ain't the working type, you ain't the type to go work, don't go mess with these people. You can't be consistent, be on time, leave these guys alone. Do not bother them. You're just going to make their job harder when they have to fire you and find somebody else. All right, Pumper. I think we already went over that. Good Night in Wofford City. I think there's 2 or 3 of these locations. I know where one of them is. You're going to be running a saltwater disposal, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't really say. Regular basis into computer. Eagle Eye, truck, ticket. Okay, hold on. Function and knowledge of all record keeping. Blah, 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 blah. I know Goodnight is a water disposal company. They have disposal wells up there. But this video is about a good 30 minutes or so long, so Nova Energy water transfer technician. And water transfer is easy. Make sure all the pumps have fuel in them. Don't run out of water. If something happens, make sure you inform somebody what's going on so that they can have an outlook on how much water they have, whether they're keeping up with it or not, and you won't get fired. Pipeline technician, energy transfer, family of partners. Horizon Resources, well. E&M, mechanic in Williston. I forget what these guys in E&M do. Wayne's Trucking, Truck Pusher. ProPack Energy Service natural gas compression technician. Are you just using fancy words? Let's check and see. This position is responsible for servicing equipment located primarily in the North Dakota region, but can include other areas and can require traveling on a normal basis, including overnights. Knowledge and experience of natural gas compressors and related equipment is strongly preferred. At minimum, heavy-duty mechanic experience, mine equipment, large heavy equipment experience is required. Job duties can include, but are not limited to, general field maintenance and repair, engine overhaul. Okay. Compressor overhaul, control systems, unit commissioning, and overall product support. This position is located at our Williston, North Dakota location. Interesting. Very interesting. Noble Casing, there's another company some of you guys may be able to get into without experience. I think it really just depends, man. One or more type of violations in the blah blah blah. Oh, wireline field operator, my bad. I didn't see that. So that's wireline field operator. That's going to be a bit difficult for some of you guys to get onto. Now, service operator, wireline logging, perforating 1. Right here where it says Halliburton. You may be able to get in there with no experience, but you're going to have to go through the entire Halliburton application process. When you go through the Halliburton application process, I tell people this all the time, make sure you do the complete application process. You can get onto Halliburton easier if you know someone that works there that can get your application pulled. If not, you're going to be in the application pool of thousands. Just keep that in mind. Meet somebody. If you're somewhere where there's oil and gas people at, you see somebody from Halliburton, go talk to them, get a phone number, get a name that you can put in there for who told you about Halliburton. They're going to ask you on that application process, how did you hear about Halliburton or this job? And you want to be able to put that person's name and their email. So getting emails are very important in the oil and gas industry when it comes to getting employed, and also when it comes to putting other people on. Hot oil operator. This is one of the easier cakewalks of CDL related stuff that's in the oil field. There's also a frac fueling job. And I think I'm gonna stop this here. Fuel. Black Hills mechanic. I'm looking for diesel. I know I saw this somewhere. Creek Energy Services. They're a fuel company. They're out in Mandaree, North Dakota. That's on the Indian Reservation. They may be hiring for fuel techs or something like that. And that's Creek Energy Services in Mandaree. Manderee, North Dakota. You may want to call them or type in fuel in the search bar, but keep Williston, North Dakota for your where. And do the same thing, because that's a good position to get started for in the oil field. You'll see a lot of stuff. You'll be around a lot of stuff. I'm trying to find it right now. Give me a minute, because I know I saw Rolfson on here. Lund, here we go. Lund is another one. They're kind of quiet, out of the way. They've been in business for a long time. They've been doing fuel up there in that area for a long time. Lund is another one that does fuel routes, and to me, fuel routes are pretty cool, because all you're gonna do is you're gonna go out, deliver fuel to certain places. They're gonna pay you good. I'm gonna click on this one right here real quick. But you're gonna have to have your CDL Class A. Someone might take you with just a Class B. Now hiring. Drop off completed applications at our office. Okay, it's got the address and the phone number. Okay. And pay starts out at $30 to $32 an hour. Paid time off. Shifts are 10 hours and 12 hours. Day shift, holidays, overtime, weekends. And for those of you guys that have never done fuel like that, it's not the way. If you ever heard of Dirty Broke, he's got a YouTube channel. He hauls for Loves, which is Genesis or Gemini or something, but the Love's truck stop place. This kind of stuff, what they do at a Lund, it's something like that, but it's Dirty Broke goes from Loves to pick up fuel and transport fuel. They take the fuel out to rigs, drilling rigs, workover rigs, pretty much anyone that orders fuel out there somewhere, they take fuel to them. So you'll be going off-road, on highway. You'll be going some places with that. You know, you'll definitely get to know the area if you're not familiar with North Dakota. But fuel transport driver, this is not the road guy. That's not what Lund Oil Inc. is. But they do have those guys that transport their fuel from the rail and they bring it there for those that don't have a pipeline. Same thing with Creek Energy Services. Same thing with Rolfson Oil. Same thing with Rolfson Oil. They have guys that do the fuel routes on highway. Then they have guys that do the deliveries. Oh man, Neighbors, the drilling company is hiring. Motorman, if I'm not mistaken, Motorman is a guy who he pretty much keeps track of the. Well, it depends, man. I'm not gonna say because I don't really remember, and I'm not supposed to go through the effort of reading it. Almost 40 minutes into this video. Rolfson Oil. Rolfson Oil. There it is. 19 days ago outside. This is the company. It's called Rolfson Oil. Frac pays really good, and you're gonna sit on location. Go fuel stuff up and go sit in the truck. Go fuel stuff up, go sit in the truck. I know they're changing over from that system to an automated fueling system. In an automated fueling system, you'll just be monitoring the pumps and the computer system. Make sure it's calibrated right. Make sure you know the information going into the system, out of the system, keeping track with the fuel, where it's going, and then maybe you and two other guys will be on location, and then y'all take a pickup truck, or what they call a fuel truck. It's like a Class B fuel truck, and y'all will be going around fueling up, light plants, which are like small generators with lights on them, so that they can have light at night. Other small equipment that's farther away than the main equipment. The main equipment, if they're running an automated system like the way Atlas does, I think there's a video on my YouTube channel. Y'all may have seen it before. Atlas has an automated system, but they also do both. So they'll have a pickup truck that'll go around and it'll fuel up a lot of the smaller stuff that's farther away, but they'll have the fuel cell set up where it'll be fueling the blender, the hydration, the data van, which is the frac van, the chem van. It'll be fueling the horsepowers, the blender, and it'll be fueling all of those things regularly so that they don't run out of fuel. And that's what Rolfson does. That's what Pinnacle, I think it's called Pinnacle Fuel or something like that. They do fuel in North Dakota. Let's see, Lund, Prairie Fuels, Atlas. It's a pretty cool job. I did it in 2015. I actually liked it. And I would have went full time with Not Rolfson, but Creek Energy Services out there on the in the reservation. Like I enjoyed it. But I think what it was, they had two positions from two guys that were already there before me. So they started working there full time. And then Jeff went on to go work from there. He went and worked at Prairie, and he worked at Prairie until they stopped doing frack. And then he went to Robinson. He worked at Robinson for a while. And Jeff was just banking money. That's all he was doing. Because when you're making 32 to 35 to 4,000 take home after taxes, I'll take that back. You making $3,000 a week doing fuel, and half the time you sleep. Hey, $3,000 after taxes a week, 3,200, 3,500 after taxes a week, 2,800 on the low end, 2,700 on the low end a week after taxes. Come on, man, chill out. All right, one more thing I need to go look at. Jobs. Indeed. Job fairs. That's what I'm looking for. Spring 2023 Northwestern North Dakota Job Fair. That's exactly what I'm looking for. It's going to be March the 3rd. They're starting at 3 p.m. and ending at 7 p.m. I don't think the employers list is really going to be that big right now. But let's check and see. Yeah, I know. I don't think this employer booth registration $200. You know what, I was gonna get me one of these suckers one day. But I think I've been there 2 or 3 times for the temp agency. So I just, go there with them and, sign people up, hand out flyers and stuff, and it's free. So they're like, hey, I just, take some flyers from my YouTube channel, take some refreshments, some water, and some donuts. Free to print. Hang on. Blah, blah, blah. Limited booths with electricity. Registration deadline is the 15th. And it's going to be March the 30th. I think that's a pretty good date, March the 30th. The majority of the winter will be over with. There'll be one final snow in April. I think late April. There'll be a final snow late April or early May. And then winter will officially be over. But the hard part of winter in North Dakota ends late February, mid-March. And the ground will start to thaw out in mid to late March. Wait a minute. I'm looking for the... I don't think they have a list yet. Because I don't see... let's see if that's it. No, there's no list yet. There's no list yet. So I'm looking for... And now let me make sure I didn't click on the wrong one. Employers, job seekers, there we go. I don't know why I clicked on employers. Whatever. But for those of you that are looking for more information about going to Williston, North Dakota, working in North Dakota, okay, they got some employers on the list. Who is over here? Anchorman, civil engineer, design, construction, pay, summer internship. This is gonna be civil engineer, civil drafter. I think that's gonna be road construction guys. Arch Rock Field Service, Roustabout. Of course, B&G is always on here. Champion X, City Operations Specialist, Warehouse Specialist, City of Williston is always hiring for something. Hey, if you get a job, oh yeah, let me tell y'all this too. If your kids graduate from Williston High School, they get to go to Williston State College for free. Their tuition is paid at Williston State College for free if they graduate from um, Williston High School. So, for those of you that are thinking about moving up there or ever considered it, that's an extra incentive. And yes, they follow through with that, and they got millions of dollars to spend on that. They ain't playing when they when them people started setting money back for the future and for the people that live there. They were thinking way down the road. They were thinking decades down the road. But that's some stuff you never know if you had never been in that area, learned how some of the politics and stuff go on. Like them people seriously planning for their future. Anyway, Elwood Staffing is a temping agency place. Personally, I think they suck, but some people may find success there. Goodnight Midstream. They're hiring for pumpers and operators. Neighbors, floor hand, motor hand, derrick hands, and drillers. Neighbors does drilling. Neighbors also does work over rigs still. I know for a fact Neighbors does drilling. Nova Energy, water transfer, construction, carpenters, truck drivers. Prairie Supply, CDL drivers, warehouse mechanic. Precision Completion and Production Services, entry level. Yep, that's a work over rig. Strata, that Strata company. Strata has a CDL school, but they're a dump truck and dirt moving company. It's like a privately held company, and what they pay and all the stuff they do. It's they keep that stuff pretty private. Also, one of the awesome things about North Dakota is you can just go shooting anywhere. You can go shooting damn near anywhere. You be driving somewhere, just pull out the side of the road, look left, look right. You know, you don't see nobody, just fire off you some rounds. There's nobody around. I think that's all of the list for that stuff for right now, and it'll be updated with more companies as they get closer to the actual date. So, and you can check all this information out at North Dakota workforceconnection.com, also known as JobsIndeed. And I'm gonna go back so you guys can see how I got here. And all I did was go up here, type in job fairs, and I press enter, and you see it right there. Spring 2023 Northwest North Dakota semi-annual job fair. They have this job fair twice a year, and also they'll have other job fairs up here in this area. I don't know if I told you guys about this. I'll say it again. Northern Plains Spring Railroad job fair. But like I was saying, there are some city positions where you get discounted housing. I know if you work in healthcare at the hospital, I think your housing is paid for if you're a nurse, and you get discounted housing if you work for the city or county or something like that. You get discounted housing, and they have apartments available for city employees, and they're pretty nice. They ain't like run down stuff. So that being said, this is JP with JP TV 3000, the same YouTube channel as always. So thank y'all for tuning in and hanging out and whatnot. And I think we have we're good. think I've given out enough information. This video is almost an hour long, so when you do see it, you'll have an opportunity to go back and check this information. I may even put some links down there in the bottom, or I may not. Watch the video, see it, check it out. I'll holler at y'all, and same YouTube channel as always. JP with JPTV 3000. Peace.